Hello everyone, welcome to my database management system series. In this video, I am going to talk about traditional file processing, its definition and characteristics, the advantages and disadvantages, and file organization methods. So, traditional file processing is a way of storing and organizing data in which each application program has its own set of files. This technique stores data in distinct files, with each program having its own file management procedures for creating, accessing, and manipulating these files. So consider this. Before the widespread adoption of databases, organizations would have many departments such as accounting, human resources, and inventory, each with its own set of files. The payroll department may have employee files, whereas HR department may have employees files too, so that overlap, right? And each program functions independently with its own file structure and access mechanisms. This was the dominant data management strategy in early computing systems, particularly in the 1960s and 1970s. Prior to the widespread adoption of database management systems, programs were developed in languages such as COBOL, Fortran, which included built-in file management features. Okay, so now let's talk about the characteristics of traditional file systems. So number one is data isolation and program data dependence. So in traditional file processing, data is spread over multiple files in diverse formats. Each file is tailored to a unique program, making it difficult to share data between applications. Furthermore, there is a close relationship between programs and data. The physical structure of data files is encoded in the application code. This means that if you change the file format, you must update all apps that use it. For example, if you add a new field to an employee record, all programs that use employee data must be updated. Okay, so the next one is data redundancy and duplication. So because each application keeps its own files, the same information is frequently kept times in distinct files. For example, customer information could be found in the sales, shipping, and billing files. This redundancy wastes storage space and, more importantly, causes data inconsistency. If a customer's address changes, all files must be updated. However, certain files are frequently updated while others remain unchanged, resulting in contradicting information. Okay, so the next one is limited data sharing and inflexibility. Traditional file systems are designed for specific applications with predetermined access patterns. They lack the flexibility to support ad hoc queries or new access requirements without significant programming effort. Data sharing between different applications is difficult because the files are application specific. If management suddenly needs a report combining data from multiple applications, developers must write new programs to extract and merge data from different files, which is a time-consuming and error-prone process. Okay, so now let's talk about the advantages of traditional file processing. Okay, so the number one is simplicity and ease of implementation. So for small scale applications with minimal data requirements, classical file processing is simple to build. You do not require sophisticated database software or administrators. Developers can readily construct file-based systems with conventional programming languages. This simplicity makes it appropriate for standalone apps, personal utilities, and systems with simple data. So the next one is lower initial cost and resource requirements. So traditional file processing does not require costly database management systems, software licenses, or dedicated database servers. There is no need to engage specialized database administrators. This cost advantage is significant for firms with limited budgets or applications that are very focused and simple. The system can function on simple hardware without the need for database administration software. And the last point is better performance for specific applications. So when an application has well-defined consistent data access patterns, a custom file-based solution can be highly efficient for that unique use case. Simple file operations can be exceedingly quick without the DBMS generalized overhead, which includes transaction logging, complicated query processing, and multi-user concurrency control. For instance, a scientific program that sequentially examines big data files may perform faster with direct file access rather than database queries. Okay, so there are advantages and disadvantages also of traditional file processing. So as we already discussed, there is data inconsistency and integrity problems. So data redundancy leads to inconsistency. When the same data exists in many files and updates are not synced, the values for the same logical data item differ between them. There is no automated enforcement of data integrity limitations. For example, you can't simply enforce a rule requiring every order to have a genuine customer, because each application must implement such checks independently and mistakes occur. Okay. The next point is difficulty in data access and querying. To retrieve data, appropriate programs must be written. If you require information that was not expected when the system was developed, you must develop new programs or alter old ones. There is no query language like SQL that enables flexible ad hoc data retrieval. This renders the system stiff and insensitive to changing information requirements. Simple questions such as how many customers in Chicago purchased X products in the last quarter may necessitate extensive programming work. Okay. So the last point is security and concurrent access issues. Traditional file systems have inadequate security features. Access control is normally applied at the file level. You may either access the entire file or not. There is no granular control over individual records or file fields. So concurrent access is problematic. If numerous users attempt to update the same file at the same time, data corruption may result. Implementing adequate locking mechanisms and preserving data consistency during concurrent processes necessitates complex custom programming that is error prone. Okay. So now let's talk about file organization methods. Okay, so the first one is sequential file organization. So in this file organization method, records are organized in a specified sequence, usually by a key field. To access a record, you must first go through all previous records. This is efficient for batch processing, which involves processing all records but slow for random access. Consider it like a cassette tape. You must fast forward through tracks to get to the one you want. Okay, so everything is done in a sequence in sequential file organization. And the next one is direct or hash file organization. So in this file organization method, records are kept in locations indicated by a hash function applied to a key field. This permits immediate access to any record withaut the need for a search, making retrieval extremely rapid when the key is known. However, it is not appropriate for range queries or sequential processing. Okay, and the next one is indexed file organization. The file has one or more indexes, which are distinct structures that contain key values and references to related entries. Indexes provide for quick searching while yet allowing records to be accessed in any order. It functions similarly to a book index, allowing you to rapidly find topics without having to read every page. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you liked it, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comment section. So thank you for watching. Thank you.